My Premier League prediction for the new season. Here we freaking go again. Now, last year, I believe a lot of us had stinkers with predictions. No one expected Arsenal to compete for the title. Didn't expect Liverpool, Tottenham, or Chelsea to have such a stink of a season. Didn't expect freaking Newcastle to get top. I mean, a few did, to be fair, but you know, last season was quite unpredictable, as some would say. So I feel like this year everyone's prediction is going to be a bit more outrageous, and rightfully so, because the Premier League, it's getting harder to predict every year. Now, some would say first place is pretty easy to predict. Man City, it is the safest bet anyone can make, right? And I'm going to start off with first place. However, before I get into this prediction, I do want to say that I am recording this a day before the Premier League is started, so the 10th of August. Premier League starts tomorrow. Burnley vs Man City away. Now, as of right now, I've heard Bayern have agreed a deal for Harry Kane. Harry Kane leaving Tottenham. I'm going to assume now that Harry Kane is leaving Tottenham. However, if Harry Kane decides to reject Tottenham, my prediction would be a bit different for them. So right now, I'm considering, you know, Harry Kane is going to Tottenham. There's also now Caicedo. Apparently, Liverpool have outbid Chelsea for Caicedo. So if Caicedo ends up going to Chelsea or Liverpool, my prediction would be very different for that. Like, there are still transfers basically that are to be done and that could alter this prediction. However, I can't do anything about that. The transfer window ends in 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm going to make my prediction as of right now, but I am going to assume that Harry Kane is leaving Tottenham. Caicedo, I'm going to assume, is going to leave Brighton and is going to join either one of Chelsea or Liverpool. So there's, like, you know, still a few transfers. Man City might sign a few players, Man United might sign a few players, etc., and the other clubs as well. I don't know. But anyways, let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with first place. And we are going to... I'm going to make a bold prediction here. This is going to sound really biased. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I'm going to believe in my club. I also do think we've had a very, very good transfer window. We have bought players that we've needed. Timber has looked good. Declan Rice has looked good. Havertz, questionable. He needs to be judged hard. Even Declan Rice, to an extent, needs to be judged. David Raya, we're getting on loan, so we've got a very stacked squad. I don't care what anyone says, I still think we would have won the Premier League if Saliba didn't get injured. Saliba is different. The drop-off in quality from Saliba to, like, Holding is insane, and I do think we've covered that well now with Timber coming in. Ben White can shift into centre-back, or Timber can shift into centre-back, and Killwa, you know, can play there as well, that we discovered. So I'm a bit more confident in our squad depth. There is the argument that we're in the Champions League. It'll be harder. I'm going to just say it. I'm backing Arsenal to win the Premier League. I just do think Man City have weakened their squad right as of right now. They're a bit weaker. They have bought players. I do think overall they're a bit weaker. They have won a treble. It's almost like completing football. I know Pep is a serial winner, don't get me wrong, and they probably will end up winning the Premier League. And I know in his mind, his next goal is to win 4 in a row. No English club has done that, and I get that. I just think that, like, we have... I'm going to back my club, and I'm going to say Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. Hell, even last year, I made a bet before the start of the season that Arsenal win the Premier League. 40 to 1 odds. I should have cashed out because I would have got like 200 quid. I only bet like £10. But we came close. 5 points clear. Like, we were one... If we had beaten Man City once, we would have won the Premier League. Obviously, in hindsight, it's different because Man City dropped off near the end of the season. They didn't really, like, care. So they had a few losses near the end, whatever. So I'm going to just put Arsenal first. I don't care what anyone says. Roast me in the comments. Don't care. I'm putting my club first. Second place, I am putting Man City. I think it's going to be very close. It's going to be... I do think Arsenal and Man City are the only two teams that can win the Premier League. I do hear the arguments now. I will hear the arguments from Man United. I do think Man United are having a very good transfer window. And I do believe they're going to still get a few more players because they're selling, I think, Maguire and Scott McTominay and Fred. So that's what I'm saying, that the transfer window could still be even... It could still end up being better. They could end up having the best transfer window. I also do believe that Onana is a massive signing for Man United. A massive signing. I don't think people realize how much of an impact a sweeper keeper, ball playing keeper, whatever you want to call it, has on a team now. Like De Gea, United was stuck with De Gea for 10 years. A keeper that's arguably one of the greatest shot stoppers, has had a lot of mistakes recently. but on the ball, like on his feet, like he's terrible. Onana is going to provide such a difference in transitional play that United were missing. Now they've also bought Højlund, who's injured apparently, and it's a bit of a concern. I've heard he's got like a stress back fracture or something like that. Hopefully that's if I don't know about Højlund. I know him from FM. I know he's like the B-Tech Haaland essentially, as you would say, a cheaper version of Haaland. All I know about him. They've got Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a player like Havertz. I feel like Havertz and Mason Mount need to prove themselves this year, both of them. So I'm treating Mason Mount in the same bracket as Havertz. He's okay. He's good. He can be good on his day, but can he be consistently good? That's what Havertz and Mount are going to have this season. Third place, I'm going to put United. I do think they are. I do think this top three could be very close. I could see it shift to this way. I could see it shift this way. But I'm just going to go with Man City, Arsenal, Man City, United. Now, fourth spot is the most tricky spot out of them all. I do want to remind everyone at home that the Premier League is very likely to end up having 5 Champions League spots, depending on the team that finished 5th. Because the Champions League is changing from next season into 36 teams. The group stages are basically no longer in groups. It's just one league table. You're randomly drawn 8 teams to face, 4 home, 4 away, obviously not from the same nation, and boom. So there are 4 Champions League spots that will be spread out across the European leagues, and the Premier League is very likely to get an extra spot. Like, very likely. It just does depend on the team that finishes 5th and depends on the performances of English clubs going into this season. But I am going to put, as of right now, this one's really tough. So my thought process is with 4th place. Is the teams that I think will get 4th as of right now are either Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, or Aston Villa. I would have put maybe Tottenham up there if Harry Kane was staying, but right now, I don't see it happening. I do hear an argument for Brighton as well. I do think they play some great football. They have great foundations, but Casado leaving, I think, will hurt them quite hard. I do think Chelsea are going to go 4th. I just have a feeling that Chelsea will go 4th. I think Pochettino is a good manager. I do think they may struggle in the first few games because I know Nkunku got injured. I know they're very short in midfield, but they are buying the right players. I do think Pochettino is a great manager, and them not having a new European football, I think, will benefit them. And they looked good in preseason, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to put Chelsea 4th. I think they will just do it. They will do it. Now, 5th spot, I'm going to put Newcastle. I think it's going to be I think Newcastle won't drop off that hard. I do worry for them a little bit due to the fact that I don't know how long it's been since Newcastle have been in Europe, especially the Champions League. I don't know how much impact that will have. I don't think Eddie Howe has managed a team that's been in European football. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that is a completely new experience. I do worry for their squad depth slightly, but I do think they're a very good squad and they're managed well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I do think Newcastle have enough quality to finish 5th. Now, 6th place, I'm going to put... Okay, so now I'm a bit of a... I'm struggling a bit, I'm not going to lie, okay? I've got the top 5 sorted. However, there's Aston Villa, who have looked so good under Unai Emery, and on the form table, they're like, I think, 1st or 2nd in the last, like, I don't know, 22 games, etc. However, my issue with Aston Villa right now is... I know they've bought well. I know that they have done well under Unai Emery. However, I do have a feeling that Unai Emery will focus very hard on the Conference League. That, I don't know, will lead me to suggest he will give up some of his league performances. I just have a gut feeling. I might be wrong here, and Aston Villa could cook, and they could finish in the top 6. He could even finish top 4. I know some people have them up there. However, this one's really tough. Then there's Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham will get top 6 just because Harry Kane is leaving. That's the assumption I'm going to have right now. There's Liverpool. However, the issue right now with the Premier League is that one club is guaranteed to have a very big stinker, I think. Actually, I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to put Liverpool 5th. I think Liverpool will get 5th. And with Liverpool getting 5th, I think that they will get the Champions League spot, the 5th spot, because of the history in the Champions League. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do really want to make an outrageous prediction with Liverpool. Like, the thing with these clubs right now is that it depends on the transfer window. I do think Liverpool have had a very bad transfer window so far. I'm going to be very honest. I think they've lost a lot of leadership in Henderson, James Milner, Fabinho. They are aging players. They have bought a few good young players, but there's still a lot of weaknesses in their squad. I still don't know about the defense. One injury to Konate or even Van Dijk, and I think they're done. So I don't know about Liverpool. My gut, I'll be very honest. My gut feeling is telling me this is Klopp's last year. I think he'll either get sacked or he'll leave. I do think Liverpool are downwards. They did look good in the second half of the season. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and Klopp doesn't really have 2 bad seasons in a row. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to put them 5th, which would get them Champions League this year. So it won't get them Europa League. It would get them Champions League. So I'm going to put them 5th, and I'm going to put Newcastle. I'm actually also, you know what? I'm going to give Villa the benefit of the doubt as well. I think Newcastle will struggle a bit more just because they're in the Champions League, whereas Villa in the Conference League, I think they'll be a bit more okay with rotation, and Unai Emery has proven he's done really well. So has Eddie Howe, don't get me wrong, but I do think Newcastle will struggle a little bit more. But I do think this will be very close. These teams will be so close together, so close, like very close. Then next, I'm gonna have Brighton 8th, Tottenham 9th. Honestly, if Tottenham had Harry Kane, I would consider them top 6. But the top 9, essentially, I'm going to be very honest, the top 9 can go in any order right now in my head. I think the most stable teams in the top 9, in my eyes, are Arsenal, City, and United. I do think those 3 teams are very stable. I'm probably going to look like an idiot in this. Arsenal probably like end up finishing 9th or something stupid. But that is just how I see it. I see these 3 teams the most stable. I do see them the 3 most consistent. They've had, well, besides Man City, I think Arsenal and United have had very good transfer windows. Chelsea have built well. They've sold well. Liverpool, I'm iffy about, like... There's also a feeling in my head that I could see this happening in a weird way. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to predict. I'm just gonna go with that. That's what I'm thinking right now. So we have, yeah, that's the top 9. That is the top 9. 10th place, I have a gut feeling that it's going to be Bournemouth. This is a bit of a curveball out there. I think Bournemouth have actually got a really good manager. So I'm just gonna put Bournemouth 10th. This is just complete curveball. It's just a really outrageous prediction. But yeah, I'm gonna have Bournemouth 10. 11th spot goes. I think it's going to go to Fulham. I still think they're gonna be good. Marcus Silva's still a good manager. Then 12th, I'm gonna have Brentford. I think Brentford as well will be fine. Like, these spots will be close. 13th now. 13th, I'm gonna say we'll go to Palace. 14th, I will honestly say West Ham. I think West Ham will be pretty comfortable. I know the window is a bit weird right now, but I think David Moyes is getting the type of players he likes for a system, so I think they will just be fine. They won't actually get relegated. 15th, I'm gonna say Everton will be fine. 16th, I think Burnley will be fine. And now 17th, I know Wolves have just sacked the manager and they've got Gary O'Neill. I don't know. There's something wrong with Wolves right now. This is the team that will basically stay up. Do I think Luton Town can stay up? Luton might struggle here. Me putting Wolves down will be like nuts. Lost a few players, haven't they? They do still have quality players. They do have better players than Luton. 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. I'm going to say Wolves just about stay up. Just about. There was a gut feeling that I had Luton to just stay up. And then I'm going to have Luton, Wolves. Oh no, I'm going to have Forest, Luton, and Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United are done. I don't see them staying up at all. I'll be shocked. But Forest have an argument to stay up, but I'm still a bit I don't know about it. Okay. That's my Premier League prediction done. I know people are going to say I'm very biased here with having Arsenal first, Tottenham 9th. Honestly, we'll hear that argument. Don't really care. I'm going to get roasted for this. Don't care. But as I said, if Harry Kane ends up staying at Tottenham would be higher. But right now, I don't see Tottenham spending that. I don't know who they're going to get up front. And replacing Harry Kane, it's a very, very tough ask. Like, very hard. Insanely difficult. So I'm putting them to have a stinker. They did look good. they do look good. Tottenham do look good in pre-season. They do play attacking football, but the defense still sucks. If they lose their striker, I don't know where the goals are going to come. Maybe Richarlison will step up. I don't know. We'll see. But that's my Premier League prediction. Let me know yours. Obviously, I know mine's a bit like out of their Arsenal to win the league. Like, what? Oh, there's no way Man City going to do it. Man City are the save option. I'm just going to be a bit more bold. I'm going to say there's going to be a different Premier League winner this year. And I'm going to put Arsenal there. It's my club. I'm going to back my club. I do see the progress we've made. I'm really happy with the transfer window we've had. And there's just this belief around the club, and I'm going to back that belief. So I'm going to put us as champions. Is that realistically going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is the first season I've been, I think, God knows how long, maybe since we won the league, that we are considered to be one of the not favorites. We are considered to be up there to win the league. Like, when was the last time there's a debate going on that Arsenal could win the league? Since when? Like, this is it. It's a weird feeling as an Arsenal fan. I'm like so excited for this season. I've never felt this way before. Obviously, it was disappointing how it ended last year. Not last year. It was disappointing how it ended last season. But that's football. I'm excited for the Champions League. But yeah, the Premier League has a lot of good clubs, and I do think there's going to be one outrageous thing that happens here. So yeah, that is my prediction. Let me know yours. Let me know what you thought of this, and I will react to this in a year's time, or 10 months time, I guess, and we'll see how the Premier League ends up looking like. Oh boy, it's definitely not gonna look like this, because yeah, my previous one was shockingly bad. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't. But yeah, bye.